An entire pool of nightmare baby monsters. I want to say that's an important item too, like it's one of the... I think that's some of the... I think there's an item around here that's like the equivalent of like a Titanite slab or something. Howdy, folks. Who's a nightmare baby? Oh, fuck. Huh. I may have forgotten about, that. Holy shit. Wow. So that's what I was afraid of. Okay. I had some memory, some idea that, like, the plague pool was, like, impossibly lethal. But I couldn't quite remember what it was. And now I'm reminded, like, oh, right. It's not necessarily the plague, it's the babies. They hit you from all sides at once, you can't move, you're being attacked continuously, and they deal decent damage, collectively at least, and you just melt on the spot. I was like, oh shit, that's what it was. I might be able to get my stuff back if I sprint through to grab it, but I actually might not. I might lose that 100,000 souls, not that it really amounts to much anymore. Just might not be reasonable to get through there. If I sprint, I might be able to move before they spawn around me. Oh god, go, 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 go. Get to land. Get to land. Then they despawn, right? Yeah. Get to land. You can't carry this. I don't know why I did that. Every time you click on one that you can't carry, it then despawns. Like if I leave the zone, it goes away forever. Which is just a nightmare. I don't have a thing, do I? I don't. So I can't return to the Nexus the easy way. Alright, wish me luck. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Fuck! You can't even run or, like, hurry. This is like maximum movement speed. Oh, they're spawning all around me. No, go away. Uh-oh. No, no, no. No, no, no. Son of a bitch. It's kind of impressive how much, Demon's Souls is actually filled with scenarios that are more dangerous than any of its bosses. I'll remind you, I'm doing this for no reason, too, because all I'm doing right now is hurting the world tendency, which only makes the scenario harder for me to survive, because then all of the enemies will start doing more and more damage each attempt. But yeah, there's a lot of little scenarios and individual enemies that are, like, more lethal than entire bosses, even when you're a powerful character. Which is interesting to me. So, like, it feels like I made progress, but now my body is in the bad zone, because it's a choke point location where you can't really move and you're trapped. But I want my souls. I just don't know if I can get them. I can try the thief ring. Hope that fewer of them notice me as a result. I pretty much have to start all the way back here. I don't think that a ring that makes you run faster in sludge exists in this game. I think that's just in Dark Souls. I don't have it at the moment, at least. And I don't remember putting it away. I remember them all being like weird caster items and stuff. Do I have a different weapon? The Shotal. Wow, War Scythe. When did I get all these weapons? I stocked up, apparently. I don't have the skill to use this? You damn dex weapons. Oh no. I can't use any of these weapons, can I? I just wanted a fast weapon so I could try to cleave them away, because I can't swing my existing weapon in time. If it comes down to it, I'll try it. I caught the plague already? One damage? Yeah, that's not worth it. Yeah, I actually don't have an alternate weapon to use, really. Oh, well. Oh, well. And you can't roll, because when I have a limited attack window, my best move is this. That wasn't it. Oh, I'm not two-handing it. That's the one I can usually get away with. But I can't roll in the sludge. I'm just gonna die. Well, if I die, then I'm free. Because if I die before I get back to it, then I have lost those souls permanently, and I don't have to worry about getting them again. Ah, the cycle continues. Son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a... No. Son of a bitch. These fucking plague babies. These plague babies are quickly becoming the true final boss of Demon Souls. I'm dedicated to finishing off the scenario and figuring it out, though. Partly because, well, the game's about to end anyway, and I've been given an interesting problem to try to solve. So I picked up a clue that might be useful, which is that supposedly, let's see. Is that a headbutt? What the hell? Supposedly, these guys distract the plague babies, which is an interesting idea. That might be useful. They totally do. So the dark lesson to be learned here is to, like, throw all these guys into a pit to be a fitting distraction for the nightmare plague babies. Maybe. Or they'll all just die before I can do anything about it anyway. I think they all just died anyway. I don't think that was useful. I don't think that helped me at all. Well. Thanks for the advice, Internet. I don't think it really helped, though. Wow, you can see them moving in real time. Oh, here's how I lose my stuff. You can actually see them moving in real time because you can see the corpses move around as a result. This is the worst game of Tremors. I'm gonna run out of Lotus soon. They do a mass around them, like they're clearly distracted over there. Is that the key? I wonder. I don't have a ranged weapon, so I can't do anything about it right now. I think the key might be that those guys up there... I think they're so crowded here because those guys are preying up there, so maybe if you killed the guys upstairs, there wouldn't be so many babies hanging out in that specific spot. But I don't know. The fact that I can't run is brutal. And before they even surface, you already can't walk through them. The true threat isn't how much damage they deal to you as much as it is the ability for them to literally block you from walking. Am I gonna make it? Did I like successfully draw them out? That was okay, that actually worked as a strategy. That's neat. I should not have just healed right now because I'm gonna just leave in a moment anyway. So just causing any sort of ruckus makes them go over there, and then you're safe. the problem isn't even their quantity. It's the fact that it's the fact that if they're already on this side of things, you're screwed. So you want to lure them over to that island back there, and then you're safe because they're all going to be trying to attack you. But all they can do is go underground and go at you in a straight line. So if they're behind you, then they can't block you. So all you have to do is draw them back, and then this passageway is, you can clear it relatively easily. Yeah, learning new ways to play completely optional and ignorable zones in games that came out 8 years ago. Yeah, did it. Anyway. Take that, hole in the ground. Boy, is that a trip. Oh yeah, I might not be able to level up anymore, huh?
Thank goodness I was what?
We might be at that point. Let's deal with my overabundance of crap that I'm not going to use anyway, but I collect compulsively and then complain, why can't I carry all this crap I'm not using that takes up all my inventory space? Boop, 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 boop. All them arrows for the bow I'm not even taking with me anymore. I'm like carefully sorting through this stuff as if like I'm gonna use any of it.
We are indebted to you, for you fight on our behalf.
Which is why I killed most of you. Am I allowed to level anymore?
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The Old One is calling for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair.
Insert joke about Demon Souls having a low amount of falling damage compared to the following games.
I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good.
And things get full weird. Full weird. Look at that sword. Feeling a little inadequate all of a sudden, huh? What is up with the scale of this environment? It's pretty crazy. You can actually return back. We're in this huge desert environment full of these old ruins. Every now and then there's a giant sword. Wow. Even this, all the way when you reach the final DLC of Dark Souls 3, even this is a visual they come back to, isn't it? You guys are recognizing this, right? Give me your dark soul. You can actually run around a surprising amount. They have these semi-organic boundaries to the environment, in that there's all these bricks everywhere you can't go past. And that's how they stop you from completely just piecing out into the desert. Giant cross, giant weapons, mega giant weapons, incomprehensibly large weapons sometimes. Like that one is, look at that big, how big is that thing? What even is that? What's it stabbing into? Where's, what? Crazy things to look at. Part of me almost expects to be able to take the telescope and like look in a specific direction and find a bizarre Easter egg off in the distance or something. Are you walking around? She is walking. That's not too common, huh? Seeing a Dark Souls NPC walk towards you.
Let us proceed below to its lair.
So I've actually got a choice to make here of what ending I want to go for in this playthrough, and they kind of both make sense, actually, for what's happened so far. The big impactful choice that's happened in this playthrough is the Mephistopheles plotline. And interestingly, Mephistopheles, by going along with her storyline there, the point of that was to remove everyone who has knowledge of the soul arts, which oddly enough lines up with the good ending of this game, because supposedly the best thing you can do here is to seal this away, send the old one back into its slumber, and seal away the soul arts, hopefully forever, or for another cycle, or something like that. Continue, you know, link the flame. Or you can be a dick, and you can take all the power for yourself, basically. And you can seize it all, but then horrible things can happen, and all the people seeking soul arts and powers like Sage Frake would be able to accomplish what they were going for, and deep fog takes over the world, you become all-powerful, and both things fit, especially since I consumed all those souls so far. Arguably, my character might go that route of becoming the next big monster, as opposed to actually going through with saving anyone. So really, either could happen, and I haven't really entirely made my mind up even now. But they both have reasons that they could happen in this playthrough, is what I'm getting at, basically. What a cool looking ending.
Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls, or obey that naive monumental? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here. Surely you have seen for yourself the pain and suffering that fills this world. But fight poison with poison. God is merciful, and so created the Old One. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to our tragic realm of existence.
Yeah, you choose to agree with King Alent, and this is a pretty like this is like an image about smoking, basically. Like how much this is like a warning not to do his path of things. So even if you've gone all in on the power up until now, do you want to become that? Is that what you want? You trying to attack me, buddy? King Alent, who had Soul Brand and Demon Brand, and he rejected the one that was good against demons and embraced the one that was powerful specifically for the more demonic your heart became. And you actually see the sword sticking out of his arm over there. It's like sticking out of his elbow horribly. I've never noticed that before. Ow. He's obviously not very powerful, paradoxically. Despite doing everything he could to gain power, he's actually incredibly not powerful at the moment. He doesn't even attack in the right direction. He might even be blind. It takes a special kind of lunatic to see this and be like, yeah, I want what he was doing. Which that special lunatic was our co-op playthrough abomination monster that Wanderbot and I made. I don't think even this character would do that.
You fool. Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
Soul Brand. The soul-rending blade passed down through the Boletaria royal family. It is a black blade that forms a matching set with Demon Brand. After Alent rose to the throne, it was always in the king's hands. Old King Alent favored the blade for the way its power increased, the more demonic the wielder's soul became. Weirdly, it has reduced damage instead of increased damage. Huh. Have I ever redeemed myself? My soul's pretty demonic, judging by that dark pit in the corner. So why does it have reduced damage for me? Oh right, I literally don't have the base stats for it. I don't have the dex and magic to even wield it. Good job, me. Yeah, both of mine are a 10.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the old one back to slumber. My thanks. At last, my duty is fulfilled.
The Old One, along with the Maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of soul arts. The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
If I am correct that she's the voice actor of the doll later on, that actually fits oddly with how the Hunter's Dream and the Nexus are both like these nether spaces that you're somehow chained to, and that it is in some way an explanation of how you keep coming back from the dead over and over again, and you just are bound there to live and die over and over again until you finally complete your final objective, at which point the person who trapped you there in the first place essentially tosses you aside to complete their goal, and then you're free. Fitting enough. A little contradiction there, as far as I could seem like a little contradiction, which is that she says the Nexus will no longer bind you, but then we apparently live out the rest of our life as a monumental to hold the world together, much like the last monumental that was left, which means we're still staying at the Nexus forever, if I'm reading into that correctly. It's an abrupt end, so it's hard to know exactly what they meant by that, if that was what they meant. But yeah, you could argue that despite all the power that my character consumed, you could argue that killing all those people was just to remove all knowledge of the soul arts from the world, as was Mephistopheles' goal. And then that that tainted my soul and made it pure black. But you could have seen that as continued self-sacrifice on the protagonist's part to continually tinge themselves in order to complete the goal. They keep like that's not an unheard of thing in these kinds of stories, to have like somebody who like basically corrupts themselves on purpose in order to succeed at a specific thing. And I did that in two ways. One, by consuming these massive boss souls and becoming more and more beast-like and demonic in order to become so powerful that I could win, supposedly. And then also, that's an interesting side of both of the man-eaters there. And then also the thing where I basically commit murders and stain my soul in order to maintain this goal. There's a bunch of ways you could try to read into it. But this was Demon's Souls, 4 years later. It's been interesting to go back. Because yeah, this is kind of where this all started. Technically, I played Outlast first on this channel. But Demon's Souls has a really... I did this like when I was only like 4 or 5 episodes into Outlast, basically. And I is there at the very beginning, and it obviously had a trajectory determinant for the rest of the channel in various ways. I recorded this series when I was originally recording stuff with Andrew on Sad Games, and I was going to college, and I think I don't think I was employed at the time necessarily. I was living at my dad's house in a different city. Definitely didn't have any idea that I'd ever make money off of any of this. It was just making videos for the sake of it, which had all sorts of consequences. There's all sorts of quality problems, and videos would come out whenever they felt like it. I would often go a whole week without uploading a video, and other times I'd have 3 series going on, and then they'd randomly stop midway through, and then I'd come back 2 weeks later. It's how channels tend to get run when it's not your priority in life, which unfortunately most people can't. Nothing can be their priority in life unless it's the thing that they do to make a living. And here I am in a different city, suddenly doing this as my job, and tens of thousands of people are subscribed, and I'm like, what is my life? I don't understand. The Maiden in Black, Demon's Soul. So there we have it. We beat Demon's Souls again, And once again, I will be chained to the Nexus, because this game loops forever.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them to another.
Admittedly, she's blind, so maybe she can't tell, but she's like giving this important advice to somebody who is like falling unconscious in front of her, and she's like, here's how the Nexus works, and it's like, this is a bad, this is a bad time to explain this world to Neo when he's like puking and rolling on the floor and covered in slime. Like, it's just not the right time. Try again later. She does say that this Nexus holds together the land of Boletaria, just the northern land of Boletaria. Does that mean the rest of the world has nothing to do with the Nexus? Because that seems to be what she's suggesting. I wonder if they ever made Demon's Souls sequels, if we'd get some idea of how the hell the world of Demon's Souls works, because supposedly this is just Boletaria, which I guess it adds some fuel to the fire for people that try to say that this might exist in the same universe as Dark Souls and everything like that, is that this is just supposedly just one land, but sure seems like a world-encompassing threat when you deal with the old one and everything like that. I don't know. But here we go, guys. This was my Demon's Souls return playthrough. It's been a ride. Thanks for watching like always, and I'll see you next time.